Let me start with a question. When was the last time an opportunity came your way because someone else mentioned your name in a room you weren't in? If you've experienced that, you know the power of relational capital. And if you haven't, today's session might shift the way you think about your career entirely. Because at this level, it's not just about what you know. It's not even just who you know. It's about who they know and who thinks of you when opportunity shows up unannounced. This is part of the executive career long game, and today's principle is simple but strategic. Energy flows where your network grows. Let's unpack what that really means and how to start making it work for you. Before we dive in, grab a pen and paper. Yes, actual pen, actual paper. We're going to engage multiple parts of your brain today, and writing by hand improves retention, recall, and insight. It's what's called embodied cognition. This isn't a note-taking exercise. It's a clarity exercise. Most executives don't intend to neglect their network, but it happens. You're focused, your head's down, you're leading teams, solving problems, driving outcomes. But here's what that often leads to. You only reach out when you need something, or when you're in transition, or when something's gone wrong. And when that happens, your network isn't a strength, it's a stressor. But if you flip the script and treat your network as a strategic energy source, everything changes, because your network isn't just made of people. It's made of possibility, ideas, introductions, insights, and invitations that keep you from operating in a vacuum. I want you to write this down. When's the last time I gave or received value through my network outside of a crisis or request? When's the last time I gave or received value through my network outside of a crisis or request? If that question hits a little close, don't worry. That's where we build from. Let's talk about the difference between a passive network and an activated one. A passive network is hundreds or thousands of LinkedIn connections you don't talk to, occasional likes or comments, a vague feeling that you should be networking more. An activated network, a living ecosystem of peers, mentors, advocates, and collaborators. People who understand your value and can articulate it to others. A consistent mutual energy exchange. It's not about frequency, it's about relevance and resonance. The right 20 people will open more doors than the wrong 200. Think about this. Whose success have you championed in the last 60 days without being asked? Write down a name or a blank space. That's data. One of the biggest mistakes I see among seasoned professionals is this. They think their past roles and performance will automatically create future pull. But without relational maintenance, your visibility drops, even if your value doesn't. At this stage, your network isn't about the quantity or the small talk. It's about building a trust ecosystem where your name circulates when leadership roles emerge, people think of you when deals form, teams restructure, or opportunities pivot. You stay top of mind without having to market yourself. This is the executive version of brand strategy, but it runs on relationships, not content. What's one relationship you've been meaning to reconnect or re-energize, but you haven't yet? Write their name down. That's your next micro move. Now, building an activated network does not require hours of your week, which is good because you don't have hours of your week. It requires intentionality. Here are 3 low friction, high impact strategies I've seen work again and again with my long game coaching clients. The strategic ping. Every week, Reach out to 1 to 2 people you admire, respect, or want to support. No ask, just value or gratitude. The second, visibility without promotion. Comment meaningfully on someone's post, congratulate them with substance, send them an article they'd care about. And the third, create a warm map. Build a list of 10 to 15 people who energize your thinking. These aren't contacts, they're collaborators. Nurture that map over time. It's not networking, it's energy stewardship. Now, let's bring it home. Your energy flows where your relationships are alive. Career momentum isn't built in isolation. It's built in motion with others. And you don't need to network more. You need to network meaningfully. Because in the long game, the people who grow with you are the people who grow you. If you're realizing your network has gone passive, or if you're ready to be more intentional, but you really just don't know where to start, I offer one-on-one clarity calls. In 45 minutes, we map out where your network is working, where it's under leveraged, and the 1 or 2 high return relationships to prioritize next. This isn't about scripts, and it certainly isn't about schmoozing. If you knew me in real life, you would know that I am not a schmoozer. It's about building executive level connection strategy that works for you. And if someone came to mind during the session, someone who's navigating a transition or building without backup, please forward them this so they can catch the replay. The people who need this work often aren't asking for it. They're just quietly going it alone. You can change that with one message. In fact, it's the perfect energy flows where your network grows next move. I want to thank you for investing some of your precious time, not just in your career, but in your capacity to lead with connection. Trust me, it's game-changing. Energy flows where your network grows. Let that guide your next step.